Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wednesday Valorant at Mnvl. I am your host, Skeptor, and joining me on the cast tonight, MCAT. Welcome. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. Very excited to watch this game. Should be a good one.
For sure. We are kicking off tonight, folks, with some two-time champs. They made it to the big game last season. Unfortunately, it did not go their way, but it is Apple Valley. As you all know, they are a heavy-hitting Valorant team here at MNVL. And I think their stats speak for themselves, making it to the finals in all three of our Valorant seasons so far.
Yes, definitely a very competitive team and should be very exciting to see how they do on this second week of the season. Both teams are 1-0 currently, so we'll see who takes the victory tonight.
Yeah, Hmong Prep Academy, they have not been too shabby of a school themselves since joining the MNVL. They've put up some pretty solid numbers now trying to make a push to get into playoffs. Drawing a team like Apple Valley early on in the season is hard because, it could take the wind out of your sails, but you can also look at it as a very good opportunity, a chance to kind of size up the best of the best and kind of see how you fare, right? It's early in the season. So, go into it with good intent and try to take away as much as you can.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very excited to see it. Honestly, it could go either way. And I'm hoping for Hmong Prep, honestly.
That's not a bad hope, right? I think a lot of schools, a lot of teams around MNVL do hope for the opposition of Apple Valley just because of how good they are. Losing does not happen quite regularly in their repertoire. If you look at their past, they are going to Icebox here to start out week two. An interesting map. We don't get it a lot as the MNVL audience, but we are definitely happy when we can get the switch off of Ascent. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yes, Ascent haters over here, if you will.
Basically, you just get accustomed to every week going to Ascent for every MNVL game, and you just start betting that you're going to end up on Ascent because so many teams are just used to playing it and like playing it. But for this one, it's going to be Apple Valley starting out on the attacker side and Hmong Prep kicking it off on defense as they selected that. So I'm hoping to see, a really solid defensive setup, right? I feel like overall, Icebox gives a lot more on the attacking side than it does defender. So we'll have to see if Hmong Prep have any kind of defensive preparations lined up waiting for this Apple Valley squad.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely all going to come down to probably this, first half. Hmong Prep's going to really have to lock it down and, kind of play with Apple Valley's mental a little, if that makes sense. Sometimes if teams get a bad start, it can kind of come into the second half. So, setting the tone and setting the pace for the game is going to be really important for Hmong Prep.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to get out on the right foot. I think a pistol round could be massive for Hmong Prep. Apple Valley have notoriously struggled on their pistol rounds in the past. A lot of their big wins have come by nature of losing the first couple rounds, and then they've kind of just won out games in the past entirely. So I'm interested to see if they have put in a little bit more work on their pistol round. They are starting on attacking side, so the ball will be in their court. If you will. But other than that, I'm hoping that Hmong Prep can show us something new, right? Try to stop this big threat of Apple Valley that's looming on your doorstep.
Yeah, the big kahuna.
Legit.
Always in for the underdog, though.
Indeed. Legit, because like Apple Valley have only lost, to my knowledge, one series overall, and that is coming in the grand finals to Minnetonka
Oh,
in
wow.
this last season. So, to beat them is truly monumental for Valorant. You can't really understate it. So I think Hmong Prep, you got to come in with confidence and you just got to play as good of team gameplay as you can, because Apple Valley is a well-oiled machine.
For sure, yeah. Definitely very experienced, doing great all seasons and the entirety of their career. And, I'm just very excited to see what Hmong Prep's response is going to be and how they deal with this and, whether it's a winner or loss, what they take out of it and what they apply to the rest of their season.
Yeah, because it's still early, right? Week two, it's not a bad time to run into Apple Valley because they are still early on in their practices of this part of the season, right? I think Apple Valley is coming back with a little bit more of a fire underneath of them, right? They had won the previous 2 years, and to make it to the finals, then kind of get snubbed short that definitely could bite at you over the break time. So I'm hoping to see an Apple Valley coming out reinvigorated and ready to kind of work and prove themselves again.
Right, for sure. And when you set the bar so high for yourself, everyone's going to have this expectation of you. So that's a lot of pressure on Apple Valley just in general, just to keep up this winning streak, or else some people might be a little disappointed.
For sure. It is all seriousness. The pressure is on. They know it. Every time they show up on stream, they know that the extra viewers tune in. Teams are watching, trying to kind of take away at their strategies, right? I mean, everything kind of plays itself out throughout the season. A lot of teams are looking at what Apple Valley is doing, and they try to kind of mimic themselves after them. All right, and it's not a bad idea. I mean, you got to play like the best if you want to reach that championship status. So we are just waiting on a few PCs to be updated, folks. Apologies for the wait. One final PC finishing the update, but we kind of had to scramble to get this game sorted and underway. So we're appreciative of both teams kind of stepping up to be on stream for us tonight. Excited though. I mean, I think overall this series, I mean, not series, it's just a one game affair, but it's going to deliver. I think Hmong Prep overall have played really good throughout their tenure in MNVL. I just think it's going to be about starting off strong and kind of building from their momentum early in the series, in the set.
Yeah, for sure. And Icebox is just such a unique map, and I'm really excited to see it. Instead of Ascent, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be nice to see what they do, what they want to play. Honestly, I'm a big fan of Viper on Ascent, especially if you know the character really well, you know the lineups. I think she can be really powerful there. Um, and especially on the defense, she can definitely kind of slow down their push,
Mm-hmm.
give them less info. And I think if Hmong Prep really puts their heads together, there's definitely a chance at victory.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to get into the agent select, folks. We are going to be doing that very, very soon. Last player is loading in. We got a lobby with 9 people in it, just missing the 10th. And then we will get this show underway. First of 2 games on the docket for tonight. Game number 2 following this one is going to be Holy Family taking on Elk River. So it should be a pretty solid matchup. We saw Elk River last week, if I'm not mistaken. Names you'd recognize, obviously Jake. I think he put up like 30 something. It was pretty gross performance. But in the end, Elk River not coming out with the W. So, definitely coming back hungry and looking to take one against Holy Family in our second game. But for now, just waiting patiently for Hmong Prep, Apple Valley. It is going to be a good one. Like you said earlier, both these teams want to know. So one team will move on, stay undefeated, and one team, unfortunately, going to suffer their first defeat of the season.
Yeah, for sure. But whoever takes the loss, it's not like you didn't gain anything, especially this early in the season, like we were talking about. It's kind of good to run into Apple Valley now, and to really identify the team, what they're doing this season, what they're doing a bit different, and just overall how they play. And then that way you have a game plan for when you meet them again.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, early in the season, best time to kind of run into them. Playoff hopes aren't really kind of diminishing or anything quite yet. It's too early for that kind of talk to begin. And most teams, like we've talked about earlier, have been out of practice, haven't been playing as much, kind of getting back into that routine and that regular instance of playing with your teammates all the time. So maybe Apple Valley not as strong as where they were, but only time will tell, as we are going to be getting a first feature of the newest Valorant season of what Apple Valley is looking like. I'm excited. This roster is the same roster that was just at the grand finals last season, so they should be bringing their A game for us here on week 2 of Mnvl Valorant, folks. I'm going to take it to a quick break. While we wait, we are going to come straight back to you guys with Agent Select when this last player is ready to go. Thanks for your patience. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from getting into Agent Select. So, without further ado, let's get this show started. Game number 1 of 2 coming at you live from the Mnvl Twitch stream. It's going to be lots of fun, man. Apple Valley is a very solid squad. I mean, we've talked about them. There's not a lot of people who aren't aware of what Apple Valley is capable of on the Valorant server. So, take it away. Let's talk about this Agent Select.
Yeah, so right away I see that Viper pick that I was talking about, especially for that defense. And even when you come to attack, that Viper is still really valuable. We also got Mizu over on the Sage, which is another valuable pick on this Icebox defense. And let's see what else we got. We got KO coming on both sides. Again, another really great pick on Icebox. His kit works really well with just the way the map's structured, and it'll be nice to have those blinds. And then Prometheus over on the Cypher. So double Sentinel on defense for that first start. So yeah, definitely like we were saying earlier, we can seriously expect Hmong Academy to lock down and really try and deny Apple Valley that fast-paced game that they want to play.
Yeah, I like these compositions. Not surprised to see the Viper coming out on both sides. Folks, I want to take a quick second to apologize. I believe my mic was on the wrong one. We are good to go now, though. I should be sounding a little bit cleaner. So that's Noob Brain Scepter on that note. But without further ado, loading into this game number 1, I am excited. We got Cypher and a Killjoy. So opposite Sentinels. That could be a bit of a talking point. I mean, we got the Sage as well. So double Sentinel comp versus one Sentinel comp.
Yeah, definitely the one Sentinel is perfectly fine for Apple Valley since they're attacking first. I'm really excited to see the Killjoy Viper combo. They could definitely just look to plant, get on that site, and then kind of back it up and just play off site and kind of tease Hmong a bit.
I'm really interested to see how this Cypher is going to pan out. I mean, I don't see too much Cypher, but I'm sure that, Hmong Prep, this is planned, right? This is going into it with a game plan. Apple Valley, not used to the Cypher, the traditional pick here. So I'm hoping to see something cooked up that Hmong Prep are kind of been working towards, because this is a big matchup for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And Cypher's one of those characters that's a bit more niche, players who play him primarily play him and have a lot of experience on him. So hopefully Prometheus can show out tonight.
That would definitely be what Hmong Prep is hoping for as we finally load into the game, folks. Thanks again, everyone, for all of their patience. And now, no longer waiting. It is time to sit back and enjoy as we get things underway. Apple Valley on attack. Ooh, this is... I think we're supposed to have that turned off.
Space gliding.
Guy ghosted. That's unlucky. But I don't think they're going to do that again.
Looks like we're stacking A on this pistol round. Excited to see some Viper lineups here. Sage wall coming in too.
Now full on A stack as well. Mihawk going to open out with a Sheriff shot onto Etan. So a one-man advantage early for the defending squad, and Apple Valley losing their info gatherer in Sova. And Kurumi going to trade one back, so 4-on-4 ensues.
Yeah, it looks good so far. They're just playing it slow, trying to get what they can. Wonder if they know that they're all stacked here, though. And if they find out, will they rotate?
I feel like you have to. I mean, Apple Valley just trying to cause that doubt, right? Make them think that they left. They're no longer here. But in reality, all 4 of Apple Valley members waiting to pounce on the site. KO Knife going to let the defenders know, hey, we're still here. Shots coming in. The dash into sight. Apple Valley looking to open things out right. Why not? Does so. How many more? Prometheus gets 2. Big shots from the Cypher, and all of a sudden, Apple Valley down a man. They even it up for now. Why not? No, not a lot of HP to play with. Will drop. Santi makes it a one-on-one. Mizens versus Santi. The Sheriff in hand. Santi not aware of the positioning. The quick flick, and Santi dispatches the Sage.
Oh my goodness. Wow. An unfortunate whiff on Sage's part, but you know, it happens.
It happens, but I mean, Santi is one of those players. You miss your shot, you're not going to get a second chance. And Apple Valley skate by with a pistol round.
Santi just robbed poor Sage of her Reaver Sheriff, so, you know, hopefully we can get a kill on her this time and get that back in her hands.
I mean, a big flick from Santi in time. Now Sage pushing down mid, thinking about it. Wall out, getting ready to wall off a tube push. Apple Valley, sight set towards this B site here, MCAT. But Prometheus is waiting for him.
Santi kind of working up mid a bit, which is good, taking that space, especially since the Sage is rotated off.
Tan finds 2 with the Spectre, now getting the backup from the remainder AVHS squad mates. Santi finds 1 in mid, and now should be a routine cleanup. And they do so in a flawless fashion.
Yep. Yeah, you can kind of expect them to kind of own that round, you know, with the Force Spy after winning that first round. So now that everyone's got guns kind of in the mix, hopefully Monk can take a round off him here.
Yeah, it's usually tough. You're just hoping to kind of break finances where you can. Unfortunate for the side of Monk Prep, no guns taken away from Apple Valley, so should be okay to buy up regardless of the outcome of this round here. And we'll have to see how Monk Prep set up. They have weapons, so should be able to deny entry from Apple Valley here.
Yeah. Nice KO knife coming out from Monk Prep. Melancholic Boy kind of playing backside. He doesn't have any flashes, so it'll be interesting to see what he does to kind of stall out the site.
Rumi just dashing on in. Not a care in the world. Spamming some Sheriff shots out through the smoke. And Vici going to open up for Apple Valley. All of a sudden, man advantage. And now things getting trickier for Monk Prep. Sight starting to be lost. Vici.
It's Viper.
Hawk trying to fight it out. E10 on the full swing, but the headshot comes through for the Viper. A very much needed kill to find from Monk Prep. Now Prometheus adds to the tally, but it's Vici with the 3K. Into the 3-on-2. Apple Valley with a man advantage. Now Santi spotting out this push on the flank, and Apple Valley will find that 3rd round. What a big win for Apple Valley.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing Santi kind of work up mid, which I think is kind of interesting, you know, especially when you're playing like Killjoy. You kind of want to put your Swarm bot down for the flank and then get on site, get those Nano Swarms on, and then, you know, get a Viper Smoke Orb and kind of play off site. So it's interesting seeing Santi take a bit more of an aggressive play style to this character.
Santi, the normal shot caller for this Apple Valley squad. So you... Okay. 1 player DC'd, looks like on the defender side of things. Reyna not moving around, so just taking a few moments to get this player back into the lobby and get things back in order for the side of Monk Prep. No worries here, but so far so good for Apple Valley. It's going to be a full save round coming out for Monk Prep, so this next round not looking too hot for the defending side.
Yeah, definitely just another save, kind of get what you can and hope that things come better next time around whenever you've got the money to play.
They type 4v5, so I'm not sure if their player's not coming back. But we might just be playing this one out, folks.
That is really unfortunate.
Alrighty. Well, going for it. It wasn't already hard enough for Monk Prep. They wanted to up that difficulty level. So Reyna exits the building. And now, I don't know. I guess you get a bonus power-up orb at the start of your rounds, and you get free Kevlar. So that's the good news for Monk Prep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not entirely losable, you know.
Sure, you're missing a defender.
Yeah,
but think about
Arena.
Think about the bonuses that you get, right?
Right. Some Valorant welfare, if you will.
Oh yeah, those credits. Here we have Prometheus creeping up. Here's Why Not Close. Has a chance to catch him by surprise. Ooh, jiggles out a little too far. Etan not going to make a mistake on that one. Karumi up top, spots out Mihawk. Shooting at a few different defenders. Apple Valley just pushing it down at this point. They are trying to send Hmong Prep through the meat grinder.
Oh yeah, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, they just kind of didn't even bother with the site, really. They knew that they were down, wanted to push it, wanted to make it a swift one. But now that we've got guns again, you know, maybe there is some hope for the defender side here. We do have Cypher ult, and we're getting pretty close to...
Okay.
Oh yeah, looks like we got defender side timeout. Hopefully talking about Isu's position.
So going for the timeout. Now this makes me surprised because, like, I mean, if you're playing on 4v5 right now, there's no matter what you do, there's going to be a spot that's left open. Technically you could Cypher cam it and like have Cypher camera be the watcher, but you know, there's going to be a hole in this defense no matter what Hmong Prep does for the rest of this game now, if Reyna's not back. So I don't know. Maybe they decide to go aggressive, you know, maybe they decide to just start pushing, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely play that gun game out. But I think, you know, it's not the worst thing that they lost the Reyna on defense. You know, they could have lost like their Cypher or their Sage, a lot more util characters. The Reyna's probably not going to be really a big game player until we come to attack.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see how it plays out, where Isu's at. Hopefully she joins us soon.
Yeah, tough being down a player, but going for it. Cypher over onto the B site. And Apple Valley looking to go right back to where they left off.
Why Not is giving us a show.
Etan with a little bit of a dink onto Mihawk now. Finding himself down to 38 HP, but going to get healed up by the Sage, so no harm there. Nice tag coming out from Etan over towards screen. Now pushing on in. Goes top 410.
Really like the Sova pick here. Sova's good on Icebox in general, but it's a really great way to negate some of that Viper.
Woo!
Woo!
Speaking of Viper, Mihawk is gone. Etan dancing around trying to spot out these defenders. He tagged Cypher with that dart. Prometheus ends up getting the better of him, though. And now the swing out from Melancholic Boy.
Ooh.
And now fight back into this round.
Oh, yeah. Now that they have that opt down, that's pretty big. Just kind of play off KO's util and swing together.
Well, KO drops down, misses the timing on Why Not. And all of a sudden, it's Apple Valley making things a 5-0 lead. I think almost round in the bag at this point. Spike ticking away.
Yeah. KO ulting, solidifying that plant, and Misu just looking for exits here with 1 health of life left.
Yeah, very tough. Now, Hmong Prep, things not going any better. Reyna's still not DC'd either. Just going to spawn in every round, so they're not even actually going to get the added bonus of losing the teammate. So nothing's actually a bonus for Hmong Prep. It's looking tough. Money's bad. Yeah, I frankly don't know what they do. I don't know.
This is the luck of the draw sometimes. Things just fall like that. Really unfortunate for this game, but I hope they can use it really as a learning tool like we were talking about earlier, and just definitely observe the players, see how they play, you know.
Try to take away what they can. One defender on the B side. It is Prometheus up to the tall task, but Apple Valley members swarming around both sides. He is in for a world of hurt. And that's a dead Prometheus, and that's a B site open for the Apple Valley squad. Viper hears the rotations coming out. Beachy gets one. Last 2 players towards Boiler, and now Apple Valley playing with their food a little bit. Mihawk trying to find the sheriff shots. Only 1 more in the mag, and he's going to get knifed. And this is getting out of hand.
This is just evil.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, the 4v5 is kind of solidifies it. Yeah. It really takes away the hope that Hmong Prep had in this game, because they're not going to win. I
Yeah,
hate to put
it's
it that way, but you know it's tough. You can't beat a championship caliber team, especially down a man too. It's just not going
oh
to
yeah.
happen. Apple Valley's played way too much, way too well practiced.
Yeah, I'd like to see a better control of tube. It seems that they keep coming up through there and kind of catching them on the rotate. Got an early Viper pit coming out though.
Going aggressive, trying to take some space back. I like it, the idea. You gotta fight them. You gotta fight together. Mihawk finds one, but with bad guys all around him, it's gonna be tough to come through. He gets two, but the knife goes for Santi. And now it's just Prometheus or just Arena.
Isu. A sitting duck.
Reconnected.
Okay, there's faith.
Look at that. Reyna is back, folks. It took a few rounds extra, but all of a sudden, back into 5-on-5.
Here we go.
This is the saving grace Monk Prep needed. Now, Reyna gonna come back and drop 20.
Oh yeah, here it is. Ace right off the bat.
Yep.
She's got all these credits. Hopefully she can buy for team.
Prometheus.
Doesn't look like anyone's...
Okay, we're going ghost this round.
Going ghost.
Harumi.
For me.
Oh my goodness, look at the speed. Already up on boiler. Sage had to have heard
Misu
this.
doesn't know.
Maybe not.
She doesn't know. Now she knows.
Goodness. Oh, nice. Ooh. Good turn. Monk Prep making it a 4-on-4. Apple Valley ult onto the A site. The Killjoy ult to back it up. Santi here's one up close. KO trying to make the play. Santi saw some feet but didn't know it was him. And wow. I mean, this is
they just missed each other.
Yeah. The dance in the Viper smoke. One for the Resurrect, but look at why not back here.
Oh.
Runs out of ammo.
Oh, wow.
All of a sudden, a chance again. 2v2 scenario. Santi over on this wall. Creeping on back. Ichi up top gets spotted by Mihawk. Will take him out there. Now into a 2-on-1. Santi up close. Gets one with the shorty. Now Prometheus has to tap this bomb. Here Santi dancing around back site. Santi playing the waiting game. And it's all a game for Apple Valley as they make it 8-0 in this one.
Santi did a really good job of just kind of playing with the team, you know, getting them to follow them in and out of the Viper pit, and especially with that shorty, you know, it's very difficult to fight up close there. And I really liked seeing the plant up top inside of the box. You know, it's very well, how should I say it? Like very well
defended. It's hard to get to. It's a tough spot.
Right.
You're
yeah.
out in the open,
yeah.
right? I mean, you're up top, vertical plant. There's not many times that spike can be planted up there. So Apple Valley making the most of it.
Yeah, and as soon as you go up there, there's a sound cue too.
Oh yeah. Spot is known insta. That whole nest area is wall bangable, so it's like it's a really tricky spot to get that spike diffused once planted up there. Couldn't agree more. Big shots coming out from Apple Valley as they try to put a close to this first half and try to do so with a flawless record. Harumi lining them up. We're at 4K. And now Isu, can you deliver Monk Prep around? Not to be.
Unfortunate. Isu does have ult though, so we'll see
They have a
how
couple
this
ults.
plays out this round.
The KO
yeah, they
ulti
do
as
have
well.
ults.
And I like the aggression. I want Monk Prep to go back to doing something spontaneous and aggressive, right? The routine setup is not going to work, okay? It has not worked once this game, and it's, you know, that's not going to change. So you try to catch Apple Valley off guard. You push someone down tube, for instance. You push a stack towards A main. I mean, the pistol round, they were so close. It came down to a 1v1, and since then, it has kind of only separated and been further apart. So Monk Prep need to get back to that team play if they want to kind of pull some rounds here.
Right. Yeah, we do have KO ult here. See if he can... Oh.
And no longer having that KO ulti to use. That is tough. Harumi up close, and he is just going for it.
Oh, yeah. Just pushing these Viper smokes. No fear. Very confident.
Ooh, there's one. Vandal upgrade, so now a fighting chance. The ace clutch here. Ooh, that dart gonna spot him. So you got to break it. They know where you're at. They're coming. Above you.
God. Oh,
Above
God.
you.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Okay. Well, it was an effort, you know. That's all
Yeah.
that counts. Gets 1. Gets 2, actually. Gets 2 out of the 5. So you chalk it up to Sage got hers and the rest of the team did not.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Wow,
She did what she had
Apple
to do.
Valley. MCAT, since this is your first Apple Valley cast, this is pretty similar numbers to kind of how their previous games have gone, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, really?
Maybe a round or
These guys
two,
are...
maybe a few rounds. They're messing around. They're having a fun time at this point because,
Oh, yeah.
you know, running around and
Definitely
picking them off.
Yeah, like war horses, just machines. These guys, all of them are really, really good.
So here's one jumping up. Can she get timing on Santi? Santi spots him out. Now the jiggle peek again. E10 lighting it up over towards the B site. Santi ulting over at A. Look at Apple Valley just creeping up mid. Oh my goodness.
Last player standing.
Wow.
Yeah, that says it all. Flawless round. 11-0. Apple Valley 2 rounds away from closing out week 2 Valorant action. I mean, this team, they got a one-track mind, and it is playoffs, and it is make it through the tournament, and it is who are we playing in the finals. I mean, this core of players is just too strong, if you want me to be honest.
Kurumi's been hitting some really good shots. I'm really surprised that he's technically bottom frag.
That's the problem, too, is there's not actually a weakness.
Right.
All 5 players are just as good as aiming, right? All 5 players can pick up. And that's the big thing about Valorant is it has to be that kind of fluidness throughout the team. Everybody has to be able to step up and kind of play to that next level. And that's what you get with this Apple Valley team as they continue to rush this B site. Let's see if Hmong Prep can try to hold off this plant. Prometheus finds one. It's the KO, and Mihawk adds a nice headshot onto E10. All of a sudden, there's a chance to fight back into this round. Only 1 player up for Apple Valley, and it's a 1v3. Vici, do you have what it takes? A quick spike tap, not happening yet. They're giving Vici a chance. Now, spike, diffused halfway. Mihawk finds the round, and Hmong Prep are going to do it. They put one on the board.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for them.
I mean, it's doable, right? It's doable.
It is doable. 111 curse?
It's a new thing. It's a new thing.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, they're
new thing
they're
on the
starting to
streets.
They got to start with a pistol round. So if you're Hmong Prep, where are you going to expose this Apple Valley defense? Where are you going? You got to go together. You got to be coordinated. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, they do have to be careful about taking some early damage from that Killjoy util. It looks like she's setting up over on B with her Viper, so that's going to be a pretty locked down site. Hopefully they can identify that and maybe kind of catch start rotating over to A.
We'll have to
it looks
see.
like Viper's actually
they're split
over
up.
to mid.
Viper's starting at A for Hmong Prep. Maybe trying to throw a wall, throw somewhat of a fake. Kurumi up front, though, getting into a bit of a gunfight. Prometheus finds Santi.
Nice.
And
That
now
should be
B's
B.
open. Yeah.
Yeah, right away for them.
It's a big kill to find now. Santi, the lone B defender.
Yeah. I'm curious as to, maybe he got a little bit cocky there. Played up a bit, even though he's the only one there.
Kurumi, I mean, must have been the case. And now Apple Valley in a 2v4 situation. Trying to retake this site. E10 doesn't know that one is up close. He spots KO last second. Flick headshot is found. Prometheus low HP. He spots out Sage up top nest. E10, one in the chamber. Has to go for the reload now into a 2-on-2. Apple Valley running out of time in this one. They know one's below sight. They spotted the other one yellow.
One enemy remaining.
Now a chance. Sage wrapping back sight. E10 going for the stick. Half HP, and it's not going to happen. It's Hmong Prep with the pistol round win.
Wow. They did a really good job there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
unfortunately.
well played pistol round.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sensi just made a mistake there. It happens, but Yeah, that's like you were saying, Apple Valley kind of has a weak pistol round.
It's the only guaranteed weakness that we have been able to take away over the course of their play. I mean, Santi on that, they have a lone set up on B site. He should not be trying to aim duel and take that ego battle. He does,
Right.
and it gives Mung Prep a pistol round.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see what Mung Prep can add to it. Apple Valley with the force back into this one, surely. And already a fast flank from Karumi. Are they ready for this? Karumi tags one up, but Prometheus takes him out. And now Mung Prep going to head back towards B site.
Yeah, go ahead. Rotate straight away, looks like.
Ooh, the rotate though.
Apple Valley. Ooh.
Why not getting tagged going underneath mid? Mung Prep are known that they're coming to B now. A few Apple Valley defenders are here to wait for them.
They're just looking to get that Sage wall on that plant. Prometheus doing his best to protect his Sage.
Sage fake plants once. Now Prometheus has the bomb and starting to run out again. Mung Prep deciding to pull it all the way back. Mizu finds one on site, will get dropped. And now it's a 3-on-2. So should be bomb plant guaranteed for Mung Prep. And now a chance to pull this round away.
Yeah. Yeah, since they got the jump here, looks like they just need to plant.
No HP on Why Not. He's got like 3 HP total.
Oh, yeah.
Prometheus sees his teammate get dinged.
Player standing.
I know.
And now this is tough. 1-on-3. Low HP on Vici and Prometheus gonna drop. It is Apple Valley to push things to match point.
Definitely a close one. Apple Valley did they force that round, or did
Yeah.
they just pick up guns?
I think
They forced?
some of them forced. They had a pretty
Yeah.
big round lead, so I highly doubt they would have saved going into that round.
Right, yeah.
Cool. Cool.
As we get ready, but money not going to be pretty now for Mung Prep, buying what weapons they can, but you can see it's a few Marshals, it's a few Spectres. It's not looking pretty. It's Vandals, Guardians, and a Spectre for the side of Apple Valley. Prometheus, the lone rifle in the form of a Vandal. Now Mung Prep in desperation mode.
Yeah. Let's see, we got some cool Viper lineups coming off. That's a really good smoke right there, lining up there. Stops that vision and helps them get onto sight.
Okay.
So they're getting spotted though.
4v4. Info coming in for Cypher. Going to spot out the Apple Valley defense. And now going to commit in for the push. Etan up close and personal with the Spectre. The run and gun going to come through for one. How much more you got? Shock Dart goes out. A little bit of tag damage onto Mihawk. A Sage Resurrection back towards Maze. And now...
I'm gonna need this crosshair code from Etan.
that, oh, look at Vici too. They're all running troll
Oh my
crosshairs
goodness.
right now. This is absurd. Why not gonna get that one now? Sage in a 1v4, and it's Apple Valley bringing it home 13-2 as they dispatch Mung Prep today. Man, oh man, that was a tough matchup for Mung Prep. You know, it's not hard enough going against Apple Valley MCAT. You got to add a DC in there for good measure. And unfortunately, you know, Mung Prep not getting what they wanted on the day.
Yeah, the odds were not in their favor. I mean, really, I think the main takeaway from this match is just really seeing how Apple Valley can play and seeing their capability. And this is really an early game. So, I mean, not to say they weren't taking it serious, but as soon as it was a 4v5, they started to, kind of take a bit more riskier plays and kind of show off a bit, which is no problem. But, learning how to play off of that, especially, kind of play off of them kind of running in and trying to play really aggressive, play hyper aggressive, and punishing that can be really big for future teams. So hopefully they look at from that and apply that in further games.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Apple Valley improved to 2-0 on the season, folks. Mung Prep fall to 1-1, but no harm there. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and get ready for week number 3, folks. We still have one more game of Valorant on the docket, so don't go anywhere. We have Elk River taking on Holy Family after the break, guys. Stay tuned for more Valorant action.
Here at Concordia St. Paul, you will have the opportunity to earn a degree, make lifelong friendships, and play a game you love on an esports scholarship. For more information, visit csp.edu/esports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mnvl Valorant stream. I'm your host, Skeptor, and joining me again is MCAT. Still feeling good after that last game, or what?
Yeah, that was, a rough one to watch, unfortunately. Odds weren't in their favor, but it happens. And I hope that they take this as a learning experience.
For sure. Folks, I want to give a quick second and give a big shout out to Concordia St. Paul, the main collegiate sponsor for Mnvl. As you can see, last game, Apple Valley, one of their players, Etan, had the big CSP in front of his name. He is one of the few high athlete, targets that is committed to CSP from Mnvl, offering his talents to the Valorant team over there. There is a lot more info to be heard if you want to compete at the collegiate level. It's a big opportunity. It's really fun. I do some coaching for Concordia St. Paul, so information should be available in the Twitch chat. There are a lot of awesome local schools. It's not just Concordia St. Paul, guys. There's a lot of awesome local schools here in Minnesota. I think it's a big leader in terms of esports growth right now. So lots of good things going on here, especially given that Mnvl is here in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations to Etan. That's really big. And, that's great.
He's a beast too. I mean, that kid,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
saw what Apple Valley was doing last game, guys. They have been to every single state finals. I mean, that is no joke, right? That takes serious talent for a team to be there 3 seasons in a row. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on how the rest of their season goes. But right here, right now, it is time for Holy Family versus Elk River. Guys and gals, both these squads coming in at a 0-1 start to this season. So trying to find their first win. We saw Elk River last week, MCAT. I believe the map they played was split, if I'm not mistaken. Like I'm pretty sure it was split because I remember Jake lurking, late vent, and shooting Sage in the back of the head multiple times is the play that is sticking out to me like a sore thumb. So pretty sure split is a high look for this Elk River team because they definitely looked good on it last week.
Yeah, Jake really knew how to work the map and make it work for him and his team. And so hopefully we'll see it again. I'm a big split enjoyer, unlike some people.
Split's okay. I like Split more than I like other maps. Split offers an interesting way of approaching the attack side. I just think you are stuck in tight spaces at all times. So it really comes down to making the most of your utility, right? How are you going to play as a team to really push defenders back? Because I think that's the main reason I don't like Split is you have to push defenders back with utility. You can't just run around and kind of gunfight people, which is the classic FPS mentality. Maybe I'm just a boomer stuck in my ways. But regardless, folks, we are getting word that pick ban is taking place. We will get the map to you guys as soon as we have it, and then we will be getting into some agent select. I think Jake played Raze, if I'm not mistaken, last week. So should be looking for more duelist gameplay, I'd assume, from Jake. This Holy Family team, I don't recognize too many of these gamer tags, so I think we're going to be getting a pretty fresh look from this team, and that to me is always fun. It brings a fresh perspective, and trying to look at it from a new lens, trying to see what the team's game plan is, trying to kind of see if I can decipher it a little bit from the outside and looking in. But excited to see who's going to come out on top in this one.
For sure, yeah. It was really exciting watching Elk River play last week. It was a very close one. The games could have gone to
Overtime.
anyone. Oh, yeah. Both games that week.
Double overtime. That's so much fun. Triple overtime, then quadruple overtime, I think, to be exact. It was not just one overtime. And the fact that both games went into overtime, Elk River is a competitive team trying to get that edge and trying to come back and find that win here. That escaped them last week, MCAT. I don't know what Holy Family's game finished out. And I also am not sure what school they played against, so can't comment on that. But Elk River definitely going to be coming after it and looking to close out in regulation this time. Got to avoid that overtime as much as it's fun for us.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see some great things out of Jake again. And I'm excited to see him on another character. I assume he'll play a different agent, but maybe we'll see the Raze again. Maybe we'll be on Split again. And in that case, it's, and like we were talking earlier, Split is definitely one of those maps that you're in a lot of close spaces. You're going to have to throw util. And I think that's why both Razes excelled really well on that map, was just because of...
That's good to hear. For a second, yeah, we just were whispering some cursed words. I heard Ascent and then was banned. So we will not be going to Ascent. Guys, rest assured. Okay. So we're getting familiar grounds, MCAT. We are either going back to the map you guys just witnessed, which is Icebox, or we will be going to the map we were just talking about and previewing, Split, which was Elk River's kind of map last week. So, either way, going to be a familiar grounds for these two teams, I'd assume.
Yeah, for sure. I am hoping for Split, but Icebox would be nice too. So yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see Jake kind of run it back and hopefully,
On the Split.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because
he was.
you were talking about his raise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Raze is definitely the number one duelist pick on Split. She just offers so much for utility. There's so many little corners that her boombot clears out, her satchels clear out, and her paint shells clear out. I mean, everything she has utility-wise is good. And guess what, folks? Split is where we are headed. MCAT is now happy as we head over to her map. I mean, what are you looking for? I'll hand the mic over to you. What are you looking for from both these two teams?
Yeah, definitely. I guess it all depends who's starting on defense, who's starting on attack. But like you're saying, it's all about, especially if we have a race on attack, it's all about using that boom bot to clear corners,
Mm-hmm.
getting as much information as possible, playing off of that. And if Jake is on the race again and he's playing attack, him working up mid, really going through those vents up into ramps over onto A,
Yeah.
and a huge play for him.
Yeah.
And hopefully Holy Family may have taken a look at a bit of their games last week, did a bit of scouting, and kind of watched how Jake played on Split last week. So maybe they'll apply that and use that to their advantage.
That's a very good point. All it takes is one little watch of the VOD from last week, and you would kind of know and see Jake's tendencies from that raise play. We'll have to see if Holy Family did their research because they got the map that they could have wanted as well, right? You go right back to the map that you studied and watched film on. So, a very good point to take into account. Elk River get the map they played last week. They try to make it right here tonight, folks. We will let you know who's starting on what side very soon. And Agent Select, I'm assuming, right around the corner. So Holy Family on defense. It is Elk River on the attack. Excited. So Agent Select underway. Folks, we wish everybody best of luck as we move into our second and final game of the evening. Agent Select, let's get it going.
Yep, immediately we see Derpalza taking that race pick, seeing Cypher and that Astra lock in. Astra's a very unique character, definitely very niche, but I think she's very powerful in the right hands. See Jay covering that raise. Hopefully he chooses to run it back again. Yep, here it is, locking in that raise.
Not a surprise. Jake making that raise, lock in. Kid Youngster on the Astra. She's probably the best smoke option on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Viper alongside of her. This dynamic duo and double controller is what you see at the highest level of Split up in the pro scene. So excited to see if Elk River can pull it off. I believe they went for the same thing last week, that double controller setup. So this is definitely what they've practiced.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like they're running back almost the exact same comp. I don't remember if they had the Viper or what, but I know Kid Youngster was on that Astra and Half Moon Soul was on that Sage and Nikki T on that Sky. Those seem to be comfort picks for this map. Yeah, and it looks like we've got Sky and Cypher and Brimstone. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
The mirror matchup in Skies, the difference in your controller, I mean, not controller, Sentinel pick. You got Sage taking on the Cypher.
Yeah,
Holy Family.
I think
they got the better side, right? Arguably,
yeah.
Starting defense, right? So technically, you get the easier side. So that's the thing that Holy Family got to use their advantage.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And Cypher can be really big here, especially on that B site. There's one ways you can set up. Trips are really good there, and just kind of playing back and playing off your trips and your cages, I think, is going to be really important. And then, yeah, I'm glad that we're not seeing a lack of blinds here. We do have that Sky match, and so Sky Util will be good here just to kind of sniff out where these guys are. I think Elk River did fake a couple of times in the past, and so with that Sky Util and Cypher, it'll be pretty easy to sniff that out. So
and here we go, loaded on into the map as we spectate Half Moon Soul, warming up the legs, getting some jumps in, maybe a few jumping jacks. Who knows?
gotta stretch those fingers out.
Always. We got Jet checking the trains when they're arriving, making sure all is well.
Yep. Should be a pretty smooth match.
Seems
Got
like-
Astra Stars.
Yeah, a hit almost guaranteed at this point. Early Viper wall coming in, and 5 attackers on the outside of this hit. Sight given up instantly, and it's a full retake angle coming out from Holy Family.
Yep, we got that sage wall down early. We just had to be careful about ramps. That's uncharted territory for Elk River right now.
Now with screens walled off, the only spot they have to watch, ramps in heaven. Elk River, are they up to hold down this site? Defenders flooding on in.
Ocean's coming in strong.
Yep, the dash out from Metamorphosis gets tagged up from Hellspot, takes him out now into a 5-on-3. Elk River starting to lose their numbers, but they even it up at the last second now. 2 versus 3. Low HP on a lot of players here. Ocean on the swing. It doesn't happen. It's Nikki with the 4K.
Yeah, Nikki was another really strong player on Elk River, that I think we kind of overlooked, and he was overshadowed a little bit by Jake, but Nikki was doing a really solid job on Split last week too, so definitely another player to look out for on Elk River here.
Now, I mean, so with losing the pistol, a few ghost upgrades, you're not going to have much utility to play off of for the defenders. So I'd like to see them stay grouped up and try to combat together, but it seems to be another fast A start from Elk River.
Yep, for sure.
Pushing out
Half Moon Soul
quickly.
just kind of running in there,
Running
scaring
in,
me a little
just
bit.
not caring. Ocean's with the swing out.
Out of charges.
Nice paint shell coming through. Jake gonna find one as he pushes on into heaven, trying to find the spam through smoke. Not gonna quite get it, but will get third. Can he get more? They're both right on top of him. Jake having a little dance back and forth. That's interesting.
Standing.
Oh, nice shot from Half Moon. Should be able to clean it on up in Elk River. I mean, establishing a very fast hit towards this A site early in this game.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I feel like it was kind of telegraphed pretty well. I kind of wish we saw a stack towards A side. We kind of saw Jet kind of head over towards E/mid a little bit, but when they put down their util that early, and just considering how they played that first round out, I think you can kind of assume that they're just going to try and run it down A with that gun advantage. So the best thing you can do on that pistol round, when you're saving, is to kind of stack.
Now for the defenders, the good news is a full arsenal of weapons. And not to our surprise, a 5-stack outside of A main again here. Elk River trying to establish this dominance towards the A site.
Scout destroyed.
Uh-oh. Ocean, good luck. Finds himself a little bit. Oh, there's some behind you.
Oh,
Somehow
oh.
doesn't get shot at the start. Shenanigans on the A site.
Shenanigans indeed. Yeah, this double controller is really, really strong here.
Just cuts out the defenders so easily.
Mm-hmm.
And now defense trying to retake. Sky tucked close. How many can you find? Do they clear? They do.
Nice.
Metamorphosis, big clear on that one. Now, defense, Metamorphosis makes it a 2-piece. Ambient gonna go down, and it's WD to clean it up.
Yeah, very interesting. That
Not a
was
bad
well
retake.
played. Yeah, it wasn't a bad retake at all. For sure. It was interesting to see Sky play so close there. I feel like she kind of got pushed into that spot just by the pace that Elk River was coming in there. But overall, I think definitely a good hit from Holy Family, and that's definitely good for them. Definitely kind of takes down Elk River's momentum for sure.
I mean, now with the finances being a little bit even going into this round number 4, Elk River decide to switch it up. They don't go for that 5 stack outside of A. The first round that they have shown a bit of a change, and look at who's up close in mid here. Rays, are they going to clear close right? Ooh, peeks out and finds 3 attackers, and that's not the way you want to start out the round. Metamorphosis up next. Beautiful headshot found on the Half Moon Soul. And a quick fallout. WD-40 up next, gonna get dropped by Jake. And now Ambient spotted on the flank.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous position for Cypher there. You know, playing on those ropes can kind of make you a sitting duck.
And you go for the risk, and you end up paying the ultimate price. Jake Hunks trying to take care of all 3, and he does. 3 headshots found. I mean, the first one, maybe not so clean, but the next 2, I mean, nice way to finish up.
Right, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's
Right.
usually the way it starts, right? Messy first spray, but then the quick recovery, right? The quick 2 headshots, a nice way to close that one out. Elk River not messing around early on this attacking side here, MCAT.
Yeah, they really know what to do. They know their strategy for split, and I think they're really setting the tone for how this map can be played. I really, really, really like the double controller here. It's really smart of them, and they're playing it beautifully.
And now another default. That Viper wall over towards A, cutting out information. A quick swing out from Ocean. Jake dispatching a first blood, something we were very familiar with seeing last week. This mid hit from Elk River, so deadly. But the tuck close, they don't clear it. Jake goes down. Nikki will find the trade. But alas, it's a 4v3 defense down a man. Can Jet find a unknowing kill here? The Seekers blinded up. Metamorphosis is in trouble. We'll stay alive for now.
Yeah, I've still got those jet knives, still got some updrafts. Oh, gotta
UD40 gets hit by
gotta
the
shoot
Sky
those.
Seeker. Yep. A little bit lost trying to find the spray. Nice damage onto the Astra. Will find the Elim there. Now 3-on-3. Still a fighting chance for Holy Family. Metamorphosis trying to push up. The Blade Storm's got to be key here. You have the updrafts. You got to make the play. Time winding lower. 2 enemies in front. 1 back right. Jet with her hands full makes it another. Now into the 2-on-2. The jiggle peaks. The dog out for Sky. Time gonna wind down. No time for Holy Family. It's a 4-0 or 4-1 lead for Elk River. Nice shot for Nikki as well.
Yeah, I think Brimstone was just kind of in a bad position there, unfortunately, to kind of help Jet retake.
Trying to get on the same page, but not finding a way to. And right now, Elk River are firing on all cylinders. It seems like they are pushing up together. The communication has to be on point based on what we're seeing.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Looks like another A hit. They've done really well on this site in the past, and it looks like they're kind of expecting more of a mid push, but we'll see how it plays out. Got Astra ready to set up those stars. Viper sitting down there ready to get that wall down. And then at that point, it's just all a retake game.
Okay. A little bit of a DC and a quick reconnect from Ocean. So he might be resuming quickly. The defenders do have an ultimate advantage here. They have 3 as the attackers only sitting on 2. So you got to try to make advantage, make a play off of that, right? You have Seekers plus the showstopper on Rays. Let's see if the defenders can team up together to make a big play.
Yeah, Nikki T's got full util here.
Showstopper, but it's from Jake. Elk River trying to get this show started. And Jake drops Ocean and gets a second. Can you find more? One up close. Jake Hunk's going to be the distributor of that. It's the paint shells to find the third, and all of a sudden, WD-40 left in a 1v5. He never loses these.
Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Sure, they're expecting him to come up CT. He's just going to kind of play slow.
Show us
He might...
WD-40. Here he is. He's got the Spectre in hand. He's going to go ahead and fall back for now.
Yeah.
Jake hears him,
probably...
though, so it's probably over.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, bro. Jake getting his 4K. You know, this guy likes Split too much. Let's just say that. He's too comfortable on the Rays on Split. Jake's showing a master class here right now. Let's get a look at the scoreboard, if we can. Maybe a DC again? No? We're moving? We're thinking about moving?
All
Yeah,
right.
Jake's at double digi at round number
Ooh.
6 going into 7. Not too shabby.
Yeah. Elk River has some pretty strong economy right now. They could lose a couple of rounds and still afford to buy in.
Yeah, you really don't want to lose another one though, because if Elk River can push up to like 6 to that 9K range, that's when they're going to be able to buy the rest of the half. So
Right.
if you're Holy Family, you've got to find a way to find back some rounds here and claw your way back into this one. Metamorphosis has the positioning, but he's got 3 attackers. WD-40. There's too many of them.
Second, your Jet's out of there.
He was
It's time for you
thinking
to
about
leave.
leaving, but then he was going down with the ship. A captain never leaves the ship. Ocean gonna get one
Precisely.
back.
Quick Sage Wall.
Spike planted.
Although kind of
4v4.
trying to.
Oh, look at Jake's positioning. Although this could be deadly.
Oh yeah.
It's one. It's more. The spray transfer not good enough, but his teammate Kid Youngster gonna close out the round. 6-1 lead. Elk River.
Yeah, they're doing amazing. Honestly, this is seriously their map, and something I think future teams need to look out for. Maybe start banning from them, to be honest, because it looks like these guys have a set strategy. They have a set comp. They know exactly what their roles are in this team position, and whoever's coaching them, props to you. Make it simple for these guys. I like it.
I mean, you can't not like it, right? Elk River deciding the pace of play. Wherever they are going, they are making it happen. And now the switch up again here, MCAT. Will they be ready for this? Elk River, WD-40, the only man on site. This could be tough. You got the Sentinel here, but the rotate's going to have to be quick from heaven.
We do see that Asher Wall coming out. Playing close. Ooh. Unfortunate.
That goes down in an open sight and a spike plant to follow. All is lost. It's going to be a retake setup. As now they push on in.
Getting his hands on a Vandal here is pretty big.
Making it interesting.
Yeah.
Finding a couple. Another Ocean gonna go for the stick now.
One enemy remaining.
The stick! Pros don't fake!
Pros don't fake. Nice job, Ocean.
Okay. That's not a bad round. You're in desperation mode. You pull one back. They go to B site and they get shut down. So maybe Elk River biting off a little more than they can chew going into that Sentinel site on B.
Yeah, for sure. Even though Cypher was kind of out early, definitely the team was quick to rotate for sure.
2 players in heaven, I think, before the round kind of was going. They just committed insta without kind of gathering that info, and Holy Family able to punish them for it. So now setting themselves up to maybe pull another round back here. MCAT finances not so hot now all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely evening up. We don't see Elk River with that insane credit lead. And it looks like they're playing it slow. They're kind of working up mid as 3. Once again, they like to do this. Ocean.
Ooh, nice shot from Jake. Starting it out. No other way that you'd expect. A Jake First Blood. And now the showstopper in. WD-40 falls all the way back to CT this time. But it's Elk River with a 2-man advantage. Gonna be tricky to get back into this site.
I must wait a moment.
For sure, yeah. Especially without their Sky, that's their main means of retaking, but they kind of have to wait out this Asher util. Interesting dash for Metamorphosis. Never let him know your next move, though.
Yeah.
Jake's right here.
Metamorphosis, big headshot. 2v4. So many targets to shoot at, and all of a sudden, Cypher, the only one left, and they know where he's at. It's not looking pretty.
Yeah. Kind of unfortunate, you have to be really careful about...
Okay. Finds one, but just going to be a little bit of chip damage to the economy as Elk River find their 7th of the first half.
Yeah. Unfortunately there, you just have to be... You have to kind of wait out the util, do your best to... I think it's really imperative that the Sky stays alive, because those blinds, those dogs, all of that information, all of that utility is the main way you can get through that double controller on Elk River.
And now getting ready. Elk River back on the outside of the A lineup. I mean, this has been their go-to all along on this first half. The Viper Orb lineup, and now Elk River get ready to push on in, but already 4 defenders fully rotated over to this A site.
This could be bad if they continue to push out with this, but I mean, they do have that Viper.
Ocean up close. They think they got him. Finally, the paint shells will do it. Jake swings out ramp, finds a 3K, and is single-handedly dropping off the Holy Family defenses.
Yeah. Jake does a really good job of having control, taking ramp, and especially going through mid and getting those vents. So he's really solid here, and honestly does a really good job for his team, and always guaranteed to grab one.
Mr. Sneaky, not happening. Down he goes, and it's a 4K for Jake. And it's Elk River with a flawless 8th round.
How many kills has Jake dropped so far? Let's see.
It's got to be 16 or 17. Oh, it's 19.
19.
Okay.
Woo.
A little bit more than I expected.
Yeah, looks like we're getting close to that 9,000 range.
My goodness. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they got money for the last 2 rounds, so it shouldn't be an issue. Elk River chasing a double-digit first half. And, with this being a heavier defense-sided map, I think it's going to be tough for Holy Family to get back into this one. So trying to find these last 2 rounds could be crucial for them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Picking up what they can while they can. What's left in the half. Jake, really clean entry here. Pushing right away into screens.
Now, as Jet falls back, Jake takes all of that space. And, oh my goodness, this is at least a 3K right here.
Oh, yeah. They don't
Good
know.
luck, defenders. This is already over. Oh, he fluffs it, but he gets the second, so he pulls it back. For a second, he was thinking 3. He flicks a little early. He does get 2, though. 3 on 3 now for Elk River.
That's good enough for them. Brim's super low.
Good info. They know where they're at. The Jet dash in. Half Moon Soul holding elbow. Nikki finds 1. Elk River up a man now. Metamorphosis makes it a 2v2. Running out of time, and it's Elk River that find the round. It doesn't matter. 9-2 the scoreline. Things not looking good for the ends of the defense.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to retake these sites with just the sheer amount of util that Elk River has over here. It's super hard. Yeah, it's just really imperative on that sky util, really. One of their main means of retakes. It looks like we're looking for a bit of a B push back onto Cypher's site. Metamorphosis getting pushed out by those paint shells.
Nice blind out from the sky. Updraft in from the Jet. It shuts down Jake with the showstopper. A big opener to find, and the defenders are pouring it on. All of a sudden, it's a 1v5. And we're almost guaranteed looking at a 9-3 unless Jake Hunks could pull the unthinkable, the ace clutch.
Let's see. It's going to kind of play back.
The swing on in. Jake Hunks takes him out. Ocean with the 3K. And all of a sudden, a little bit of life at the very last round of the half. It's a 9-3. And Holy Family trying to get it started on the attacking side.
Yeah, Metamorphosis with a really clean kill on Jake, shutting down that ult. Because, honestly, I haven't seen a time where Jake has ulted and he hasn't gotten at least 1. He's really good with that raise kit, and Metamorphosis shutting him down that early is really good overall for Holy Family. Taking what they can. Hey, look at the score.
Yeah,
it's 9-3 curse.
9-3. It's doable off the back of a good pistol round, but Holy Family gotta start it out right.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Looks like they're kind of playing slow, a little bit of defaulting. I think one of the ways they could approach this is by kind of baiting out util, double controller. Getting through those smokes is really difficult.
Yeah, smoke mid coming out as the attackers trying to ramp up this push through middle and take it over to B. And now getting tagged up, but not committing to the B site take.
Yeah, just kind of getting util out, which I think is good. See Derpelda kind of taking the Jake strat.
Oh, they're trying for it. Creeping back up mid now as they get ready to push back up into B. The flash is out. Healing up his teammate. And now splitting it over to B side of things. Ocean jumps on up, gets taken out by Nikki, and all of a sudden, Elk River, a two-man advantage.
Yeah, taking out Metamorphosis is really unfortunate for Holy Family.
Oh,
that guy.
Timing.
Yeah. Whew.
Now, this is going to be ugly. 3 on the other side. Jake gets the quick trade, and all of a sudden, a 1-on-4. WD-40 not going to be able to come out on top in that one. It's 10-3. Elk River trying to shut out the hopes and dreams early in this one, MCAT.
Yeah. Another unfortunate battle of the raises, as you can see. Jake coming out on top, though, like always. It's a force to be reckoned with, for sure. And Nikki T is also doing an amazing job. I really like how he plays this guy.
Okay, let's get set.
I mean, he's playing a great Sky so far. I really like what I'm seeing from this Elk River squad. They took the time to go over some things that happened after last week, and they are looking like a much more sound squad coming into things here on week number 2. Let's see if they can close out up a handful of rounds right now.
Yep, looks like they're just playing for some info.
Ooh, nice camera from WD.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of an angle over that smoke.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of staying behind with the spike here. Could be dangerous if they decide to push up. He loses that gunfight, but it's like he's just holding, let his team kind of work up mid, making sure no one can kind of flank around him.
Here's a peek out heaven. A nice dink from Metamorphosis. Nikki gonna fall on back. Not eating too much damage. Classic not doing so much on the headshot from that distance, but it's damage nonetheless.
Yeah, I like how Nikki T's playing this. He's giving them the space so he can survive and, you know, have his util up for when his team's back around.
Jake, Nikki. Jake again? Maybe? It's Nikki again. 3K.
Spike 30 seconds.
1 up. It's Ambient Rock. Not to be a flawless round 11 for Elk River, and they are only 2 rounds away from closing out here in Split and finding their first win of the regular season.
Yeah. Not bad at all. I mean, Elk River really wanted this. You can really tell they really had a game plan coming into this, and it was unfortunate that, you know, they lost to such a close game last week. Really, it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see that they'll have this score. They're really showing themselves out and showing Mnvl what they can do, what they bring to the table, and how they play as a team. So looks like a good second week for them.
Quick wall. Quick satchel over as well. Raise up close, trying to clear out the player that was here, but Sage going all the way back to site. Now 3 players rotated into heaven. This could get interesting. Nice shot from Ocean. Takes out Jake. That's the head of the snake.
Yeah. Nikki T, though.
Ooh. It's Holy Family. Finding some big elims. Jake Hunks. 1v4. Making it
Ooh.
1-on-3. All of a sudden, not to be. It is WD-40 cleaning up the round for Holy Family. And now a little bit of a fighting chance.
Yeah, we may have spoken a little too soon. Maybe Holy Family comes back from this. Who knows? At least picks up a couple more rounds before the end, you know. Be nice to play it out some more and really examine this team if you're Holy Family, really looking at Elk River and seeing their split strategies, which I kind of hoped that they had saw that what they had done on Split last week and in the VOD. So hopefully they keep this in mind for future weeks.
Yeah. Must not have been thinking about checking the Mnvl stream.
Yeah.
As always, that's a little tidbit for you guys, you know. Curious
No
about
harm.
watching your opposition. Maybe just check the Mnvl VODs, you know.
Yeah.
They're on Twitch, they're on YouTube. Few
Free.
places you can find them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and throw us the Twitch Prime, though, just because I gave you that tidbit of info. So appreciate that.
Yep.
Ooh,
All right,
this
looks
could
like-
be trouble. Oh, no. It's Jake, too. This one, how many
And the
more are
paint
going to fight him?
shells.
He falls back. So, show some reserve. I like it. Not showing that normal foaming at the mouth duelist mentality.
Right.
The rabid dog. Here we go, Jake. Up again.
Oh.
A beautiful heady onto his mirror counterpart. Now, falling back a little bit again. Trying to get another angle on this. Ocean up next. The swing out. He spots him a bit. Will find the headshot. Ambient Rock goes down to Jay Kunks. And now it's just the man, the myth, the legend. It's WD-40. In a 1-on-4. He doesn't get flashed. Up close. He's not ready for it. Match point, Elk River.
Yeah, unfortunately, Holy Family just kind of pushed that Viper Orb one by one right into Jake. Repelled his head, going straight into his crosshairs. Really unfortunate. Need to play a bit more together, play a bit more off util, and be really careful about just pushing those smokes like that because it's lethal every time. Looks like we're looking for a B hit. We got Sage and Viper over here. Astra Stars, I'm sure, will come soon. Looks like Sage and Ash are going to hold down mid. We got a Sage wall there. That's pretty smart of them. Called a good entry.
Big opener for Jay Kunks. Traded back nicely by Metamorphosis. Oceans finds another, and now, all of a sudden, Holy Family having a man advantage.
Yeah, taking down that Viper is really good. You got one less controller you have to worry about. See what Jake can make of the situation, though.
Spike planted.
Looks like they're waiting for their Sky. Peeking out a bit slowly, just kind of getting info, waiting for Nikki to get in that good position so they can play off his util. Boombot. So they're playing pretty close. Ooh. Kid Yankster going down, one less controller to deal with. Nikki T making his presence known, and Jake hitting the shot on WD-40.
Elk River, a chance to end it. Nikki!
Woo!
Oh, yeah. What a clutch. Nikki's played good all game, and it's fitting for Nikki to close it out.
He's solid. Very solid player.
Defenders win.
Him and Jake do a really good job at leading this team and kind of spearheading the push.
Yeah, I mean, a very solid game coming out from Elk River. Guys, we saw it unfold right there. And a really good clutch from Nikki at the end there, finding the 3K. Overall, I mean, I'm just impressed. They bounced back big time from last week.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And it wasn't even like it was like a swift loss or anything, Well, I don't remember if that was the triple or the quadruple overtime, but...
I think it was the quadruple,
if I'm
not mistaken. Yeah,
yeah,
the
that one
overtime.
That was a super close game for them, and they took that energy, that winning mentality, because they were just so close, so hungry for that win, and here they are taking it from Holy Family.
Yeah, I mean, a big win coming out for Elk River. Guys, they put themselves up to 1-1 on the season. Holy Family fall to 0-2, so they still will be chasing their first win of the season going into week number 3. Folks, we are going to call it there. We are going to head to a quick break, figure out who we are getting for an interview, and we'll be back to you guys very soon. So don't go anywhere. Interview coming up with Elk River very soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are joined by a very special guest. It is the amazing Rays himself, Jake. How are we feeling after that big win?
Well, it's a big win after last week's disappointing loss. We closed it out this week. It's exactly the results we were looking for. So
Heck yeah. I wanted to start out my questions, Jake. I wanted to ask you, going back to last week, last loss, I wanted to know, what did you guys do as a team to change from last week going into this week to ensure the W?
not much. We just kind of refined some of the weak points we had, talked over a few of the problems we had, and we're just looking to sort it out in practice. So
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it paid off.
yeah, for sure.
MCAT, what do you got for him?
Yeah, so Jake, the people want to know, who is the shot caller on your team? Can you give us a bit of insight into what comms look like during your game?
Yeah, so our comms get really wacky. We like to, keep it fun. I do call the shots actually. And then I have my twin brother, Nicky T. He kind of backs me up when we need some help. But yeah, normally we like to keep it light and but I mean, obviously when it gets into crunch time, we're dialed in.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Nikki's your twin brother. That's actually super dope.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah, it's
the
sweet.
clip of the stream right there. That's dope.
Right.
So you guys gotta have a good rest of your season. You guys gotta make it to the state, or regardless, come
That's
hang
the
out.
goal. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
So.
All right, good. Well, speaking of goals, man, that's kind of silly that it lines up like this. But I wanted to ask you, man, what are the team goals for the season? No joke. I got it on my notebook. If you need to see it, I'll hold it up for the camera. But I don't think we have to get that far into it.
Well, the goals for our team will obviously qualify for state, but I mean, just have a good time. Have fun while we have this special time. First year for
Sure.
Elk River having an esports team, so we're just looking to really enjoy it as seniors. Our team
That's
is full
awesome.
of seniors, so we're just trying to get through the season, have some fun while doing it.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I just have one more question for you, Jake. I noticed that you guys ran back the comp that you played for Split. Is this something you guys have like predetermined for this map, or you just saw how well it ran last week and wanted to run it back, or?
Yeah, so we've been scrimming it. So obviously, I mean, I think it's probably one of our stronger maps. And then, I mean, the map pool worked out in our favor for map bans because like the last three maps were Ascent, Icebox, Split, and we were like, okay, well, let's get rid of Ascent, and then they get to choose whether they want to play our best map or I mean, we've worked on Icebox too, so really like we were good either way the map ban went. So that was just kind of what we were hoping for. But I mean, we got what we wanted, and we lit up the server.
Awesome.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, you guys played great, Jake. A 13-4 victory is nothing to slouch about overall. Got to be feeling good. Jake, I want to give you these closing moments to give any shout outs to teammates, friends, family, whoever you want to give a shout out to. This is your time, good sir.
So yeah, shout out, my twin brother is literally in the other room listening to this, and then the rest of my team, Youngster, Zach, and Kunkel, great teammates. I love hanging out with these guys while we get to play. And then shout out to our coach / advisor, Munson.
Awesome. Shout out to you as well, Jake. Thanks for joining the interview spot. And we hope to see a lot more out of you guys on Elk River for the rest of the season. So best of luck to you guys.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, have a good rest of your Sunday. My goodness. Wednesday. My goodness, man. Wednesday. It's been a long day. Speaking of that, I mean, MCAT, 2 awesome games. Feeling good at the end of week 2 Valorant.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to come back next week and see what these teams bring back to us.
For sure, folks. I want to give a warm wishing well to our co-caster friend zone. He's battling illness right now. So the Mnvl warm hearts go out to our friend zone. He's going to be back with us next week, surely, guys and gals. But that is going to close out our Wednesday stream. Thank you all so much for being here. Thanks to our collegiate sponsor, Concordia St. Paul, once again, folks. If you want more Mnvl action, tune back in tomorrow for Smash Bros. In Minecraft. Until then, take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.